This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
What's up, Cracker? Hey, it's Rusty. I was just thinking about you, I figured I'd keep you shout, but you're probably sleeping because you need your daggum beauty sleep and stuff, so you're not as sexy as me, but it's okay. There's hope for you, yeah. All right, brother. Later.
Nobody is off limits when they leave me voicemails. 24th of September 2020. My name is Corey Winfield, and this is the 217 Recovery Podcast. Joining me once again in studio, Marnie Liston. How are you?
Yep, good.
You know, that name's going to change one day.
I know.
Be Marnie Winfield. Oh, it's going to be awesome.
It's exciting.
Yeah, I've never been married before. That'll be interesting. Well, neither one of us have been married before.
Right.
What if we chicken out? Are we going to put up like a front, like, oh no, like, yeah, we're still together?
Oh, I thought you were talking like, do that, leave me at the altar thing.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that could happen too. You don't know.
Ooh. No, we don't know.
We're in recovery. We're one drink away from screwing everything up.
Wow. See, when you put it like that.
Realistic.
Yeah.
But today, everything's good.
Still on.
And that's what we're focusing on. But we get messages from time to time from people, you know, just saying, hey, what's going on? What's 217 Recovery about? And sometimes people will look for advice, and we're not doctors, we're not therapists or anything like that, but we've been through a lot we haven't been through. Mm-hmm. That's what makes it different for everybody. But a woman reached out to me, and she was, you know, talking about her husband, and I can kind of read some of the message. I'm not going to say names or anything like that. But she said, I wrote her a book back. Actually, boyfriend. But she's like, he's not happy. He wants to change. Like, so he's hit that point to where he knows life could be better, whether he's doing embarrassing things, which I'm sure, you know, there's things that he wakes up and is like, I don't know what happened. What? Oh, man. But she was kind of wondering, like, what support we offer. And I told her, you know, there's blogs that are done by people in early recovery stages from, like, I think Aaron has 3 months now. You know, from 3 months to, was Jay got like 5 years. So there's a different take on it, you know, from what Aaron's going through and what he's blogging about on the Discovering Recovery blog, and what Jay's writing about, what I haven't written about in 2 weeks, what you write about, what Anna writes about, it's all different.
Yeah.
And there's things that you could probably connect to all of them. You can probably connect more to one than the other, you know, is where we're going and what we're focusing on and how we're feeling. So, you know, I threw that out there. I told her the podcast. So I did tell her that we're not doctors and that we don't take it. I mean, we take it serious, but we have fun, and that the podcast isn't for everyone. But for the people that do listen, they're very dedicated, and they become like family to us. You know, that's what 217 is. You know, it's a family. And if you listen to the podcast all the time, then, you know, you're part of the family. You know that. And we appreciate it for sure. And it helps us keep doing what we're doing. But I told her a couple of important things, and Jesus, I did write a book. I said one of the most important things, you know, is it's going to be a long road. Change your thinking, you know, instead of, oh, I can't drink, to I don't have to be miserable. Mm-hmm. And another one was, he has to be ready to face the reality of he can never drink again. Not 2 years, not 5 years, not 10 years, not 20 years. You can't have that in your mind of, well, one day I can get back to it. And just, you know, he's got to be completely honest with himself. Nobody else but himself. And I told her, I don't know when it happened for me, but I got real with myself maybe the first few months in that, you know, I can't drink ever again. And then I was okay with it. But I really wasn't okay till about a year year clean. And then about a year and a half, it was like, I couldn't imagine wanting to go back to drinking. Like, that life wasn't good.
Yeah.
And maybe it takes that long. And this, for me, it wasn't like, oh, I'm drinking hardcore, I stop, and then a year and a half later. No. No, that was 4 years after the whole, okay, I get it. I'm in the hospital. I'm almost dead. I'm an alcoholic then. Apparently I am. Still then, that was hard to accept. Because people think, alcoholic for me, and everybody's different, I think, oh, bad person who, beats their spouse or drives drunk all the time, just horrible, despicable people. And that's not who I am, and that's not who you are, Marnie, and that's not who a real person in addiction is. They're not really horrible people. The addiction makes us do a lot of stupid things. When you're drunk, you do stupid things. But I don't think we should be classified as those people that were, at least I was, from TV and society, just the way they teach us about, oh, he's just a drunk. He's just an old alcoholic. And, it's not the case. And we don't try to hide the fact that we're in recovery. I don't say I'm an alcoholic at meetings. I say I'm in recovery. To me, that's more positive.
Mm-hmm.
But, do what you need to do. But honesty with yourself is very important. And if you can just stick with it, give it a year, give it 4 years, whatever it takes, don't give up.
Yeah, for sure. To hear those words that you're going to have to realize that you can't ever drink again. I mean, so many times when I was in rehab or when I was trying to get sober, those words were said to me. And sometimes I literally would, like, with clenched teeth, like, be like, yeah, I know I can do that. And, and knowing in my head that in my, like, I'm going to have to do that. Like, that's what I'm going to have to do in order to stay alive, in order to get through this. And so it almost was said so many times, I'm like, there has to be truth to this, that I can't, to be free of that obsession in my head. I'm going to have to be okay with the fact that I don't ever want to drink again. And I don't ever, it's almost like rebuilding yourself to the point where it's not even something that you think about you're holding back from. Like, it's not like I'm walking around alcohol every day of my life, and look at me, I'm not drinking it. It's like, I don't want to. I choose not to. I have no desire to. And that will only happen when you're ready. Like, it will and I can't tell you when. I don't even know when exactly it happened for me. But I'll tell you, so many times I said, I get it, I know, but I hated hearing it. And I knew in my head that probably wasn't the case for me, but I knew that's probably where I had to get to, but I didn't know how to get there. And so it's just that keep trying and keep in your head that it can be done and that miracle will happen. You just don't know exactly when, but it's not going to happen if you go back to the bottle. I mean, it's like, what do they say, fake it till you'll make it or whatever. And I hate using phrases from, recovery groups, but there's truth to it, in essence, is that if you have to kind of like keep working and keep focus and, keep digging into the reasons behind why you drink and why it is that you're turning to the bottle and to the drugs because you don't want to be you, that's the only way you're going to find yourself, and so I completely can relate to that. In telling somebody who's really hard, like having a hard time.
Wait, what?
God, Corey, seriously.
What?
Nothing. So anybody who's having a hard time does not want to hear those words, that you just have to know you're not going to be able to ever drink again because it's something that we don't want it. We can't fathom it. It's something that's not realistic and it's not in our cards at that moment. And that's okay to feel that way. It's normal. Just know that it can be in your cards, and that time will come for you.
But our brain, like the voice inside your head's probably like, "Hey, Monty, though, it's okay because we're gonna drink one more time. It don't matter. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna be better than these people. These people don't have no control, but you do.
Something like
and
that.
And you're gonna get it right, girl.
No,
we're gonna be fine. We're gonna drink as much as we want in 5 years."
That's exactly
You'll have
what
everything.
it was.
You'll have a house, a man. It'll be good.
Yeah.
Let's go smoke some cigarettes. I think that's what your voice in your head sounds like. But no, getting that voice though for real out of your head takes time. You know, for me, it was 20 years and I've been drinking. And to just let me get through this and I'll be fine. You know, get me back on my feet. No one's going to know. I drank for this long and no one knew. Ha ha. So I thought. But don't be afraid also of finding who you really are. Because that's going to take some time. When you first stop drinking, when you first come out of that and into this whole different life, it's hard. You got to live a whole new life. And we don't like change. It's in our DNA. We don't like change. We like everything the way it is. It's okay, cool. I know what to expect. Everything's wonderful. But when you start trying to figure out your purpose, or maybe bring back a purpose you used to have 10, 20 years ago. Maybe your purpose is to be a great father. Maybe your purpose is to build airplanes. I mean, I don't know. Everybody's different. But find the stuff that you want to do, and it's going to be weird because you're not going to really know what you like. At least that was for me. I knew that I didn't like watching stupid TV shows anymore. Mm-hmm. I mean, there was just like, I'm like, why am I watching this? I tried to go to the movies one time. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I could be doing so many other things. I'm sitting here watching this stupid movie. Like, I don't know. It's not that I'm anti-movie. I like movies. But it's just all the stuff. It's like, I could be doing this. I could be doing that. I could be going to a meeting. You know, like, and I'm sitting here watching this stupid movie with Vin Diesel. Can't remember what it was. I think he was a witch or vampire hunter. I don't remember. But I was like, yeah, I just walked out. But it was weird, you know, getting to know myself. And to love myself. Mm-hmm. But it can be done. If I can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, you can do it, girl. Just give it a couple more years.
No, I mean, I still to this day am every day hearing stories from you that I'm in shock and just I'm grateful that I didn't know you when you were drinking.
I wasn't drinking in that story.
No, I'm not talking about that story in particular. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah. I love when we get into each other's past and then we become resentful, and then happy at the same time. Like, yeah.
I know, it is a double-edged sword.
I know. Yeah. That's what it is. But yeah, you wouldn't have liked me. I don't think many people did, and that's why I'd go to work, I'd put on a little happy face, be on the radio, come home. I'm surprised anyone ever called me to want to hang out. But those are sad times, though.
Yeah.
And I'm so thankful. I think I said that to you at dinner. It was just like, I'm so thankful that I don't have to live like that anymore. And that I don't have to feel that way. Oh, because we were talking about, because you were like, I don't know how you did it. You know, go to work every day. And
that's what I was talking about. Because I was like, how did you manage to drink like you did and still actually work? Because for me, when I was at my bottom, like when I was bad, which was a prolonged years, you know, it had ups and downs, but I couldn't keep work. You know, I would just not go because I couldn't do both. And you managed to do that. I don't know.
Yeah. It was tough. I mean, when I switched back to hard liquor, which I swore off when I was like 22 or 23, I'm like, I can't drink that anymore. I gotta just drink beer, which I was still drinking a lot and being drunk when that was like what people didn't like. But when I went back to the hard liquor though in Arkansas, when I lived there, it started getting bad. And then like I would go to work, I didn't feel good. And I remember I can't remember the brand name of it, but it was like a new AlkaSeltzer, but it was like, because AlkaSeltzer was originally made for hangovers. So this other company decided to pretty much put AlkaSeltzer out, but call it the hangover cure or something like that. I mean, it was kind of genius marketing, but they sent me like the box of them, like this huge box of these. So man, all it was, you know, aspirin pretty much and whatever else is in AlkaSeltzer, but